Hey guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right, let me give you some pretext for why I'm making this video. You guys know my routine. As I was sitting here going over what I'm going to do the video on, I had the news on in the background, the Derek Chauvin trial. And I was going through my phone, going down a YouTube hole, as they call it. I came across different channels that show police interaction. A lot of the police acting badly in a lot of the cases. A couple of the channels are called Audit the Audit and Lackluster, I believe, were a couple of the channels that I was on. And as I was going through these, an incident that happened to me. This is years ago, but I still want to tell you about this because it may have shaped somewhat. It definitely shaped how I look at cops sometimes, or police officers. And this is 100%, I swear in the Bible, 100% true. This is from around 1985. Like I said, as I was sitting there, I remembered this incident. It was 1985, this summer. I'm not sure exactly what month. It was probably around June. Now, I owned a car. I love this car. It was a 1973 Formula Firebird with functional ram air orange. It was a Firebird, but it had it looked a little like a Judge, a GTO Judge. I had that rounded front end. Very fast car, rebuilt 400, 4-barrel. So anyway, I was going north on Route 8 in Connecticut. Now, I had just gotten out of school. I believe I was going for architecture at the time at a trade school. And I had gotten out at 12:30, and I wanted to get to State Park to hang out with my friends. I was about 20, 21 years old. And I didn't always follow all the rules of the law. I totaled that car about 3 times, to be fair. But on that day, I had left the house quickly, just wearing a pair of shorts. I mean, that is it. One piece of clothing on me. I was pretty much going to a beach a couple miles from my home. And I didn't bring my license with me. I don't think I even brought my wallet with me. Just wearing a pair of shorts. Like I said, I was in a hurry. I kind of figured all my friends had been there all day while I was in school, and I was just trying to get there quick. And then I believe I had to go to work in a couple hours, so I was just trying to get in a few hours of sunshine, so I was in a hurry. I just kind of stripped down into a pair of shorts and took off. Okay, so I think I was doing about 70 miles an hour in a 55. I come around a corner on Route 8, and there is a speed trap. There was 4 or 5 Connecticut State Police cars. 2 on each side of the road, and I think there was another one up top taking the radar with like 4 chaser cars down on the straightaway. So I'm like, oh crap! I hit the brakes. It's too late. I get pulled over. All right, now like I said, there's at least 5 state cops. They all come around my car. They ask me for my license. I do not have my license with me. So they asked me my name and everything, and they go back to the car. Now, I had a valid driver's license. I've always had a valid driver's license. My car was completely 100% legal, registered, insured, emissions, everything. So they go back to their car to run my name. They come back to me, and they notice how I was dressed, and the car stuck out. Here I am, a young kid. And I'm just in a pair of shorts, driving a hot rod. And so they come back to my car, and they say, the computer shows you don't have a license. I said, are you sure? No. And it's, nope, you don't have a license. Now, if I didn't have a license, they said, you're going to have to get out of the car and lock your car up. Now, Route 8 North is in the middle of the woods. There's no houses for 2 or 3 miles in either direction. No, nothing, just pine trees. They said, you're going to have to get out of the car and lock it up and sit on the ground and wait. We'll be leaving in about a half hour. Read between the lines. That's exactly what they said to me. So the gist of what I understood, if I really didn't have a license, I think they would have wrote me up for a ticket or taken me in. But they didn't do that. They just wanted to inconvenience me. When they say they read between the lines, they wanted me to get out of my car, lock it up, park it down from their car, down. I don't know if they just wanted to show that they pulled over a hot rod. while they were sitting there pulling over other cars. And they wanted me to sit on the ground until they left, and then I could leave. That was what they said. You know, read between the lines were their exact words. Okay, so I pulled the car over, and I was a bit cocky at that time. I got out of the car, so I figured I would enjoy the sun because I couldn't make it to the beach. So I laid on the hood of the car with my hands up behind my arms, watching them pull over cars. They did not like that. They came over and screamed at me, who do you think you are? And they told me that was unsafe, that I have to get off the car and I have to go sit where I can't be seen on the other side of the car against the woods and sit there and wait until they leave, and then I can leave. So I go do that, and they're packing up. About 25 minutes goes by, and all the cars are getting ready to leave, and they're going to go set up somewhere else. One of the officers comes over to me. Now, they had pulled over a vet. It was, an 85. It was a brand new vet at that time, black vet. And they came over to me, and they told me, they said, one of the other officers just took, radar detectors were illegal at that time. So this policeman tells me, we just confiscated a radar detector from that guy in the Corvette. And we took it and we threw it into the woods over there. So why don't you go find it? He really said this to me. I remember him saying something about a state police surgeon. I could swear that they told me it was the guy they pulled over was a state police surgeon. And for some reason they took one of their own radar detectors and threw it into the woods. So I'm not stupid here. I'm pretty sure he's lying to me. Now, not only did he want to inconvenience me and make me sit on the side of the road and all this other stuff, but he was trying to get me to go run into the woods and look for a non-existent radar detector after they had left. It wasn't good enough of what they already did. I swear on the Bible, every word of this is true. So, needless to say, I did not go looking for some. I'm not that stupid. I didn't believe there was some radar detector that they threw into the woods that they had taken from one of their own policemen, supposedly. And after they had left, I waited a good 5 minutes because I did not want to run into these guys again after this incident. And I waited in my car, kind of sitting there, thinking the whole thing over for about 5 or 10 more minutes, and then until I thought it was safe, till this was like a gang of bullies. Connecticut State Police. And that's how it ended. A completely true story. What I was guilty of, I believe not wearing shoes. I wasn't even wearing shoes. Which they made me get out of the car, lock it up, and sit on the side of the road with no shoes, no nothing, no shirt in the middle of summer. They told me I couldn't drive away from there. They didn't tell me what I was supposed to do, but I couldn't drive away, that they would arrest me if they saw me later. That's why I sat in the car for the extra couple minutes, because they told me if I left there, I had to walk home, and if I left there, I would be pulled over again. And like I said, they told me to read between the lines, that you got to sit there, and they'll leave in about a half hour, and just read between the lines. Meaning that they wanted to inconvenience me and just make me sit in the side of nowhere for a half hour to teach me a lesson. What I was guilty of, not wearing shoes and not carrying my license with me. And I didn't mouth off to the cops at all. I was a little cocky and when I sat in the car and all that, but that's it. I didn't mouth off to the cops or anything. And they kept upping it, telling me, screwing with me, making me, telling me to get off the car, where to sit, telling me about some non-existent radar detector. True story. Just thought I would relate to that to you guys. Absolutely 100% true story. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a great Thursday.